Hi, some of you may have seen my quick Instagram live feed over on my Grow to Glow page, but I just wanted to pop a quick message on here as well on Instagram live on Myrakan Counselling, just to say that we just finished with our May book group, but we of course have our June one coming up on Thursday the 25th of June at 6 p.m. UK time. And for June's theme, Book of the Month and book group, we are looking at relationship patterns, blueprints, and attachment patterns. So everything around what relationship blueprint we have created within ourselves and how that blueprint plays out and shows up in our adult attachments and our adult relationships. And attachment theory and relationship patterns and blueprints are a cornerstone of a lot of the work I do with clients when it comes to looking at their relationships, how they both unconsciously behave in relationships, and very often helps them to identify the triggers of why they then act and behave and do things in the way that they do. And because this is so central and key and core to who we are as humans, that as a theme of the month and as part of a book group and part of the book of the month and what I want to talk about throughout the month of June, I felt that it was really important then to actually talk about this topic. So very often when it comes to counselling training, we cover attachment theory, we cover relationship blueprints. For those of you that are psychodynamic practitioners, we talk so much about object relations, our internal world, how we relate to ourselves and how we relate to other people. And so with that kind of information and knowledge, so often I end up doing a lot of psychoeducation with my clients. And so I thought for June, that would be a really good place to start talking about these themes and topics. So June's book of the month then is Attached by Amir, Levine and Rachel Heller. I hope you can see that. There we go. And the reason I chose that book is because actually I think it talks about attachment patterns and theories in a way that's really easily accessible. And it talks about relationship patterns and blueprints that I think and how they show up in adulthood in a way that's very often what we end up talking about in counselling. So I wanted to make this topic a lot more easily accessible to people and to help people understand then what their relationship patterns and blueprints are. And so this book, the book Attached, is going to be our June book of the month. It's one that I'm going to comment on. It's going to be in my feed, in my lives, in my stories, and in my posts and blogs. But looking at relationship patterns from that much bigger picture really of how our relationship blueprints get created and how they then show up in our adult relationships. Because what I find with a lot of the clients I work with, it's them struggling in their relationships. That seems to be a big area in our lives that people really find difficult and struggle with. So I think, so for me anyway, it's really personal to me then that it's a topic that I talk about throughout the month of June. And as I said, it's going to be then the theme for our book club on the 25th of June. And as I said, the beauty of the book club is actually that you don't have to have read the book, but rather you come to the book club if you want to kind of hear more about relationships, help with relationships, understanding your relationship blueprint or pattern, and how you then behave and act in a way in your relationships that sometimes you find yourself going round in a cycle or a circle, going, oh, well, I've been here and done this before, whether it's in the same relationship or you find yourself in a repetitive or repeated relationship pattern, but in different relationships. So you find yourself getting stuck in a cycle of the same type of relationship, even if it's with a different partner. As I said, this is a core part of the work I do with clients. And so I think it's really important that it's something that we then talk about in the work that we do and in the work that we put out on our social media. So I hope you'll join me on Thursday the 25th of June for our next Grow to Glow book club. But of course, in the meantime, you can follow me on Myra Can't Counselling as well as on my Grow to Glow Instagram page, just to read the posts and the thoughts and the feeds that I have on this topic. I hope you'll join me throughout the month of June. Bye for now.